angle tells the story. In this scene, we're doing a full exterior walk-around of the motorhome. No flashy edits, no distracting cuts. Just a clean, realistic look. The camera starts from the left side at a slightly low angle, making sure the entire height and double-decker form are in frame. Right away, the headlights and lower front grille come into view, with the Mercedes-Benz emblem centered perfectly. No distortion, no warping. The chrome edges of the grille and the gold trim catch the light in a way that looks physically accurate, not rendered or fake. The wheels carry the same gold-accented rims on every side. No mismatched parts, no design inconsistencies. Ground clearance is clearly visible under the frame, showing the suspension and underbody spacing the way you'd see it in person. As the camera shifts slightly to the side, the tempered glass windows begin to glow from the interior lighting, blending naturally with the sunset tones in the background. The rock formations on the left side remain exactly where they were in the opening shot. Same shapes, same position, same shadows, no environment reset. Even the sandy ground shows faint tire impressions, like the motorhome was really driven and parked there. Side storage panels are visible with clean seams, door hinges, and slide-out outlines, but we don't zoom in yet. That's saved for later. The support structure beneath the second-floor balcony can be seen as the camera moves toward the rear, staying subtle and true to scale. The tracking motion ends in a smooth arc around the back, without drifting outside the vehicle's silhouette. The point of this entire sequence isn't T to fake drama, it's S to show exactly what someone would see standing 10 feet away from this machine in real life. Real proportions, real surfaces, and zero cinematic trickery. Nothing sells a motorhome's quality like the first step inside. This scene begins right where scene 1 ends. No cut in environment, no change in lighting or placement. The vehicle is still parked on the same sandy desert road, under the same warm sunset glow, with the same rock formations to the left and the desert stretch to the right. The camera now shifts toward the main entry door on the right-hand side of the motorhome. The exterior lighting is just beginning to respond to the dimming sky, giving a soft glow around the frame of the door. The gold-trimmed handle and seamless hinges match the rest of the vehicle's metallic accents. No color shift, no style change. As the door opens outward, it doesn't swing too fast or too wide. It moves like a real weight-balanced hydraulic-assisted luxury door. The integrated step emerges automatically, illuminated subtly from underneath, casting a soft shadow on the sand. Interior lighting spills out in a warm, controlled glow, not overly bright, not washed out. You can see the edge of the wooden flooring from the threshold, along with the continuation of the off-white and gold design language that started outside. The camera maintains a steady, natural walking angle, as if the viewer is stepping inside themselves. Before entering, there's a brief pause to showcase the contrast. The rugged outdoor landscape behind, and the refined comfort just beyond the doorway. Through the slightly open door, the base of the staircase leading to the upper deck is visible, positioned along the left interior wall, with stainless railings and recessed LED strip lighting following the curve of each step. The edges of plush seating can be seen on the right side, upholstered in cream-toned leather with gold stitching that reflects the same shade used on the grille and rims. The lighting inside is consistent with what was visible through the windows in scene 1, soft, deliberate, and highlighting material texture instead of flooding the space. The scene ends with the camera crossing the threshold but stopping just inside, letting the viewer adjust visually to the cabin's ambience before exploring deeper. Most people think luxury is about adding more, but in a real motorhome build, it's about designing every inch with intent. The moment you step past the doorway, the living area doesn't hit you with flash. It feels composed, balanced, and fully lived in without looking cluttered. The interior lighting isn't overly bright or artificial. Instead, it spreads evenly across the cream-toned leather seating, creating soft highlights along the gold-stitched seams and the curved armrests. The camera moves slowly and naturally, like a person turning their head rather than a digital sweep. You can see the polished wooden flooring beneath the seating, not glossy like a showroom, but finished in a way that absorbs the warm glow from the recessed ceiling lights. Every angle shows continuity with the exterior. The gold accents around the edges, the subtle curves in the storage compartments, and the sleek trim across the walls that matches the tone used on the wheels and front grille outside. Positioned to the right, the panoramic window frames the exact same desert landscape shown earlier. There is no shift in background, no change in lighting direction, no break in continuity. You can clearly make out the faint silhouettes of the same rock formations on the left and the open terrain on the right, softened slightly by the interior reflection. The environment isn't a backdrop. It looks like the vehicle is actually parked in that location at that exact time. A built-in table, matched to the wood finish on the floor, sits between the lounge seats. Its edges are rounded, not sharp, and the hinges are hidden within the structure. Just beside the seating, part of the staircase leading to the upper deck remains in view. The stainless steel railing and LED step lights are identical to the ones seen during the entry shot, reminding the viewer that the second level isn't a separate space. It's part of a continuous, unified build. Every surface, every color, every reflection reinforces the idea that this isn't a concept. It's a complete premium living space built with intentional design and no visual shortcuts. In most RVs, the kitchen feels like an afterthought, cramped counters, plastic finishes, and awkward placements. Here, it's treated like a fully functional living space, not an accessory. As the camera transitions naturally from the seating area into the kitchen, there's no jump, no shift in lighting, and no change in tone. The same warm interior glow carries forward, and the wooden flooring continues seamlessly beneath every fixture, with no mismatched panels or odd transitions. The cabinetry along the left wall is built from the same material and color palette as the rest of the interior, off-white panels with gold-trimmed handles that aren't a T oversized or ornamental. The drawers open flush, no gaps, no misalignment. The countertop isn't a glossy CGI slab. It looks like polished stone with subtle texturing, enough to catch soft highlights from the under-cabinet LED strips without appearing reflective or artificial. A compact induction cooktop sits embedded into the surface, completely level with no exaggerated shine. Directly above it, a concealed exhaust vent is built into the upper paneling, keeping the design uninterrupted. The sink is integrated into the counter, with a matte metallic faucet that matches the understated fixtures seen in the living area. To the right, a built-in mini fridge sits behind a matching panel, so it doesn't break the aesthetic continuity. The camera angle catches a portion of the panoramic window from the previous scene, still showing the same desert backdrop and the same warm sunset tones. Nothing outside has moved. The rock formations remain on the left side, the soft horizon stays on the right, and the shadows haven't shifted in direction. Even the interior reflection on the glass remains realistic and consistent. Toward the back of the frame, the staircase leading to the upper level is still partially visible, reinforcing that the kitchen is an AT in a separate module, it as part of the same continuous space. No objects look staged, no props feel fake. The lighting falls exactly where it should, with soft shadows under the cabinets, accurate reflections on metallic edges, and zero overexposed surfaces. The space doesn't try to impress with excess. It communicates quality through realism, proportion, and the absence of visual noise. Most RV bedrooms feel like converted storage space, low ceilings, fold-out mattresses, and awkward wall angles. Here, the bedroom doesn't feel like it was forced into the layout. It feels like it was designed as a destination within the vehicle. The transition from the kitchen is smooth, with no lighting shift and no break in materials. The wooden flooring continues, and the warm, recessed lighting maintains the same glow from earlier scenes. The bed isn't a makeshift fold-down. It's a full-frame structure built directly into the sidewall, with a high-quality mattress dressed in neutral-toned bedding that complements the off-white and gold palette. The headboard is upholstered in cream leather with subtle vertical stitching, matching the seating area without repeating it. Integrated nightstands are fitted into both sides of the frame with gold accent hardware and embedded lighting that sits flush against the surfaces. No overly bright highlights, no fake gloss. On the right side of the room, a wide window provides the view. Once again, the exact same desert environment is visible. The rock formations remain in their precise positions to the left, and the open, sandy stretch to the right. The sunset lighting is unchanged, bathing the horizon in a soft amber hue that reflects naturally onto the interior surfaces without overpowering them. Above the bed, the ceiling height remains generous, with no compressed angles or forced cutouts. Subtle LED strips run along the ceiling edges with the same tone used throughout previous spaces. Built-in cabinetry is set into the wall opposite the bed, using the same off-white panels and gold trim without introducing new colors or textures. Toward the rear of the shot, the start of a sliding partition or door can be seen, suggesting privacy without breaking continuity. The camera moves at a steady, natural pace, showing the room as someone would see it in reality, not through a showroom highlight reel. No objects float, no symmetry breaks, and not a single element suggests disconnected design. This bedroom doesn't feel temporary or staged. It feels finished, intentional, and grounded in the same world as the rest of the motorhome. Bathrooms in most RVs are compromises, tight corners, plastic fixtures, and uneven lighting. Here, the design doesn't try to hide the space, it owns it. The transition from the bedroom is seamless, without a jump in perspective or lighting. The same warm, recessed ceiling lights guide the shift into the bathroom, and the wooden floor transitions into a high-end stone-textured surface without a harsh edge or height change. As the camera moves inside, you immediately notice that nothing feels compressed. The shower enclosure is built with clear glass panels, framed in matte metallic trim, consistent with the faucet and hardware used earlier in the kitchen. The shower floor is slightly recessed with a subtle slope, no unrealistic shine or showroom gloss. The walls carry a soft stone finish with faint texturing that catches the lighting naturally, not artificially. To the left, a built-in vanity sits flush against the wall, featuring an integrated rectangular basin with a matte metallic faucet. The countertop matches the kitchen's stone-tone surface, but without duplicating the exact texture, keeping continuity without repetition. Above the vanity, a mirror is fitted seamlessly with a soft perimeter backlight. No hot spots, no overexposure, just controlled illumination. Storage cabinets rest below the counter, using the same off-white finish and gold accent hardware carried from earlier rooms. On the right side, a compact wall-mounted toilet blends with the palette. No harsh shadows, no cold lighting. The reflective surfaces show realistic, accurate reflections without warping or distortion. The ceiling height remains comfortable, and the lighting tone is identical to the rest of the interior. The panoramic window from the bedroom is not visible here, but a narrow frosted window near the shower still allows the same desert sunset hue to filter through. The warm tone of the sky outside stays the same, tying this space back into the world we've seen through every prior scene. No props are added, no towels, no clutter, just a complete premium real-world build. The bathroom doesn't look like it was squeezed in to satisfy a checklist. It looks deliberately designed, with the same level of realism and material integrity found in high-end residential spaces. Most people don't realize how easily the upper level of a motorhome can feel detached from the rest of the vehicle, like it was added as an afterthought. But here, the second floor feels integrated, not stacked. The scene begins exactly where it should, from the same staircase partially shown in previous shots. The LED strip lighting along each step glows naturally, and the stainless steel rail follows the same curve seen earlier. No changes in placement, no new design language. As the camera reaches the upper deck, the space opens without sharp corners or sudden lighting shifts. The ceiling height is comfortably maintained, not dropped or angled in a way that feels forced. The wooden flooring from the lower deck doesn't disappear. It transitions upwards seamlessly, with the same tone and subtle grain visible in every plank. The lounge area is arranged with a wraparound seating layout, upholstered in the same cream-toned leather with gold stitching used downstairs, but designed differently enough to avoid repetition. The seating isn't oversized or compressed. It's scaled to the space, with integrated storage beneath and low-profile backrests that keep the room open. A wide skylight runs along the center line above, allowing the same warm sunset light from outside to wash the ceiling and upper surfaces. The glass is tinted just enough to reduce glare while preserving realism. No artificial reflections, no mismatched colors. On the right side, a continuation of the panoramic window line matches the lower deck perfectly, showing the identical desert landscape. Rock formations on the left, open sand to the right, same sky hue, same light direction. Built-in shelving hugs the wall to the left with off-white cabinetry and gold accent handles matching the overall theme. A recessed entertainment console sits ahead, flush with the wall, No cables exposed, no reflective plastic. The lighting remains soft and intentional. Subtle ceiling recess lights and indirect LED edges maintain consistency without hotspots. The scene doesn't try to sell luxury with exaggeration. It does it with continuity, proportion, material integrity, and lighting discipline. This level doesn't feel like a bonus. It feels like it was always part of the plan. In a lot of motorhomes, the driver's cabin feels like a separate vehicle bolted onto the living space. Here, it blends in without losing its functional identity. The scene starts with the camera moving from the lounge area on the upper deck back down the same staircase seen in previous shots. The lighting along the steps remains unchanged. Same LED glow, same reflections on the stainless steel rails, same warm tones from the sunset outside. As the camera reaches the lower level and transitions toward the front, the flooring, wall trims, and lighting stay consistent. No material swap, no odd transitions. The cockpit doesn't break the aesthetic, it complements it. The driver and passenger seats are fully upholstered in cream leather with subtle gold stitch accents that match the rest of the vehicle, but shaped ergonomically for road use. No design drift, no gimmicks. The dashboard integrates high-end digital displays without looking futuristic to the point of disbelief. The central console flows into the dashboard with matte metallic accents that match the fixtures seen in the kitchen and bathroom. The Mercedes-Benz logo sits on the steering wheel. Same proportion, same placement seen on the exterior grille earlier. Nothing is exaggerated or out of scale. The windshield gives a full, wide view of the same desert environment the RV has been parked in this entire time. Through the front glass, you can still see the same rock formations to the left and the sandy stretch on the right. The lighting direction matches perfectly. The warm sunset continues to cast long shadows on the ground outside, with soft amber reflections visible along the glass edges inside. Side mirrors, door trims, and supporting pillars all align with the vehicle's exterior styling. No mismatched surfaces, no abrupt color changes. The ceiling lighting above the cockpit doesn't T-shift tone or brightness. It stays true to the rest of the interior, with recessed fixtures and clean diffusion. The cockpit doesn't feel like a departure. It feels like the command center of the same machine we've been walking through since the start. Every line, reflection, and material choice holds the realism together. A lot of luxury RVs look impressive during the day, but lose all character once the sun goes down. This one doesn't disappear into the dark. It transforms. Scene 9 begins outside the vehicle again, at the exact same location. The positioning hasn't changed. The sandy desert road is still beneath the tires. The rock formations on the left haven't moved. The open desert to the right is untouched. But now the lighting has shifted naturally into early night. The last of the sunset glow fades along the horizon, and the motorhome's integrated exterior lighting takes over. LED strips along the frame, underbody, and balcony edges illuminate with soft, controlled brightness. Nothing too white, nothing too blue. The gold accents along the grille, wheels, and trim catch the minimal remaining light without reflecting unnaturally. The same 8K level realism stays intact. The camera is placed at a slightly low angle from the front right side, capturing the height of the double-decker structure. The Mercedes-Benz emblem remains centered and consistent, with no alteration in scale or clarity. The illuminated windows glow from within, showing the same warm interior lighting seen in earlier scenes. No brightness change, no tint shift. The panoramic glass panels reflect faint shadows of the surrounding rock formations. The second-floor balcony is visible from this angle, subtly lit by concealed edge lights. The environment around the vehicle remains believable. Soft shadows fall across the sand, and the sky transitions gradually from deep orange to muted blue. No stars added artificially, no dramatic contrast boost. Just the natural afterglow of dusk merging with man-made illumination. The tires remain partially embedded in the sand, exactly as shown earlier, and the slight impressions on the ground confirm the vehicle hasn't moved an inch. The camera doesn't T-pan or zoom excessively. It captures the scene as someone would see it standing nearby in real life. There's no disconnect between day and night, just continuity, subtlety, and intent. The vehicle doesn't rely on darkness to create drama. It uses it to confirm authenticity.